Hey, what's up, guys? Kevin here, bringing you a new video today. Where today I wanted to talk about a film that I've watched recently. Um, that's on Criterion. This is actually the first movie on Criterion DVD that I've watched. Blood Simple. This film was really good. It had a lot going for it, and there's definitely a lot to break down and digest for this movie that I want to discuss. Um, and yeah, it was really good though. And it's not the first film that happens to be on Criterion that I've watched. Like, I've seen films that are on Criterion, just not through the Criterion DVD like this. So yeah, first time for that. Blood Simple is a film that you would think is simple and easy to understand, but really it's not. It's actually very it goes pretty deep, I'll say. And this was one of the very rare cases, I think the only case so far in my life, where I've watched a film twice in the same day just to gain an understanding of what I was watching. Because the first 25 minutes of the movie are very, very important to understanding the context of how our characters got themselves into everything, and it kind of sets up like what the story is going to be. And those first 25 minutes, I kind of had a problem with like understanding and noticing the key points with the dialogue and story elements, which is a problem for me because I don't know, like I'll get after like a while I'll get like locked into the movie and really like just be focused on it and not miss anything, but sometimes like when a movie is starting, I find it somewhat difficult to get like pulled into it. For some reason, just either the way it is or just mindset or yeah. But regardless, I watched it a second time and I was fully locked in the second time all the way through 100% and understood a lot more of um, what this film was conveying that I wanted to discuss. Um, so yeah, let's get into it. Blood Simple, at its surface, is about um, a, a woman who has an affair with their husband, um, to which their husband um, wants to kill them for it, and the person they're having the affair with. But there's a lot more to it than that. So the story goes, um, this is like full spoilers alert though. So hopefully you've seen this movie or just don't care. But either way, the story goes that this guy Ray is the person that Abby, um, Marty's husband, is having an affair with. So Abby and Marty are husband and wife, and Abby is having an affair with Marty, and instead of Marty, she's going with Ray, who she likes more, like a lot more. And the thing that threw me off was that I thought that Ray was the husband the whole time through the first watch, until I like reran through everything and realized, wait, the other guy was the husband, and Ray was like the good guy. He was the cool guy, but he was the guy that was, you know, the one she was, cheating on Marty with. But yeah, Marty is the husband. So yeah, and that's basically set from like the very beginning. Like the very beginning of the movie is them getting together. So you almost think that they're husband and wife, but they're really not. They're just the two people that are, or Abby is cheating on him on Marty already, even at the beginning of the movie. But anyways, Ray happens to be a worker at a bar, um, where Marty is the boss. So Marty is Ray's boss. So this creates some tension when uh, Marty catches wind of Ray cheating. So he gets annoyed and he essentially fires Marty. I mean Ray, and refuses to give him pay, and that causes like some issues between them where he's like kind of upset and whatnot. Um, but then Marty wanted to also at the same time Marty wanted to murder or have um, what is it, Ray and Abby murdered for what it for cheating on him. So she wanted him murdered. She wanted them murdered. So he hires someone to murder them, um, who doesn't completely murder them all the way, but makes it look like he did, and then after he kills Marty dead, after he gets his money, after he faked killing them, because he doctored some photos, and Marty wasn't fully dead though, is the thing. This film just gets so like deep, like oh my god. So Marty wasn't dead, but the guy he had hired to kill him, to kill Abby and Ray, um, tried to kill Marty, and he was dying. He suffered a fatal wound in the chest and was going to die. Like he was going to die, unless he like got rushed to a hospital immediately after he got shot, which wasn't going to happen because he was there for so long. And but then Ray, this is where it gets interesting because he's not actually dead, and Ray sees him because he had come back for his pay. He was trying to get his money still. He just happened to come back when Marty had gotten shot. So this causes a conflict between Ray and Marty because Ray, for whatever reason, I think it's because he thinks that he could be suspected of his murder. He decides to carry out his body that he thought was dead, and he realizes it's alive when he's in the car with him, and then bury it alive, because that's what he wanted to do, so that he could cover it up. He thought about killing him with a shovel, but I think he realized that he had it so good with Abby that he didn't want to kill Abby's ex-husband and, you know, screw everything up with that. So he restrained himself with that, I think, deciding not to kill him. But yeah, and then, but because of that, Marty had gotten money for the guy he had hired to kill Abby and Ray. I keep saying Marty. Abby and Ray, and the money happened to be from the safe at the bar, and because of that, they thought that. Even though he betrayed him, but yeah, that's also like a weird thing going on there. Um, so yeah, and there's also like some cool little things to notice, that you pick up on. But yeah, so this guy had essentially killed Marty, and he believed he did, even though he technically didn't. But yeah. Anyways, he was like spying on Abby, checking the bar, seeing what's going on, and just realized, maybe they're onto him. And I think he wanted to try to cover his tracks. So I think he kind of loses it, and like where he didn't really necessarily need to, but he wanted to now actually kill um, Abby and Ray for starting to try to put the pieces together on like who had killed Marty. They're trying to put it together, and for a while it was believed to be Ray, but um, it wasn't. Um, Clearly, I mean, technically wasn't debatable. Um, that's like another weird part of it. But yeah. Anyways, this guy sets out on like a murder spree to try to kill Abby and Marty. I mean Abby and Ray. Um, and as a result of that, you know, uh, Ray dies. And right until the point he got shot, they thought Abby thought he had killed Marty, but really he hadn't. I mean, kind of, but either way, this actually plays a big part in Ray's death because when Ray is in the house, it's one of those houses with like windows that are pretty open, pretty visible to the outside, like they're pretty big. So um, the detective guy who was hired to kill them originally had like a sniper or like some sort of assault rifle that he used to kill Ray um, in the nighttime when the light was on. Now, they could have turned the light off to save him, but Abby didn't want to turn the light off because she thought he was the killer and just was confused at why he wanted her to turn the light off. And that very moment of her thinking he's the killer was what would ultimately spell the demise of Ray. And then she realizes the irony of it, like, oh, he wasn't the killer. So it's just like, all right. And then after that, she still thinks that it has to be Marty because Marty, he must be like annoyed at Ray for having an affair with you, so that's why he killed him. Nope, it was the other guy. So they never suspected the other guy the whole time, even though the other guy was trying to kill them. And she shoots him through a door, but she never saw who he was. Actually, she shoots him through a door. She never actually saw the detective guy, so she never knew who he was, and never knew that it wasn't Marty until the very last second. So yeah, and then what was it? There's a couple cool things to look out for. Um, the bullets in the magazine. There's three bullets in the mag of the pistol that's used. Um, it's interesting. All three of the bullets are used in different ways throughout the film. The first bullet is used to kill or mortally wound Marty by the detective guy towards the middle. And then he puts the gun on the ground, and then Ray accidentally kicks it and sets it off. That's two shots, and then three is when Abby kills the detective guy at the end. So all three bullets used. And the interesting thing is there's a part where Marty wanted to try to kill Ray when he was nearly dead. He was like, it was like his last stand, last cry for help. he was holding up the gun. He wanted to shoot Ray, but he drew a blank, and then another blank, and then another blank. And then I have a theory about this. So if there's 3 bullets and 2 were already shot, if you think about it, with it being a magnum, there could have been, like, say 3 blanks here, like 1, 2, 3, and then the third and final bullet would be on the other side. So maybe the way it was loaded and like set to go off was made so that only the first 2 would go off immediately, and then the next 3 would be blanks, and then the fourth, or and then the sixth and final slot would be the final bullet. So that's why he shot 3 blanks and it didn't go off. And that's why the next time it was shot by Abby, it did go off. But that's just a theory. It's crazy to think about, but when you see him trying to shoot the gun too, you also see the magazine like spinning. So he might have like spun it too, so it wouldn't like go off. I don't know, but because he like slowly pulls it, and it, like you can slowly see it like rotating. But I don't know. But another thing is, this is like interesting coincidence of things. Ray and Abby were planning on moving out because of everything going on, and they felt unease based on their relationship and felt like it was time to move somewhere else. And Ray was using a knife to cut a rope for a box, and he puts the knife in his pocket. And later on, when Abby is getting chased by the detective guy, she pulls out that knife from his pocket to use it to stab his hand. So, like, I know it's just like little things, but like things you notice like that are like, I think they know about these things. Like it's not just like, something randomly put in. It's all like, it feels like it's all like interconnected stuff. It's all in there. So yeah. But yeah, there's lots of other things I could get into, like, that all like factor into this movie. It just feels like every piece of dialogue and part of this movie like ties in importantly somehow. But yeah, like Ray hiding from Maurice when he was like trying to get inside because he didn't want to, damage his reputation with Maurice and whatnot. And then also, he was refusing to tell Abby about the fact that he buried Marty because he didn't want to like hurt his relationship with her. But yeah, I'm sure there's like other things that are out there with this movie, but it just turned out to be a lot more complex than I thought, and I really liked it. I really think it was really good. I'll have to look into reviewing it. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. But I'll see you guys in the next one.